Hi, my name is Darren Weeks. I founded a company called Fast Track to Cash Flow back in 2001. And basically it was founded on this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, written by Robert Kiyosaki. Now, I'm born in Edmonton, raised here, still live in Edmonton, and I always loved to make money when I was younger, but I didn't really have any guidance in my life. My parents kept telling me to go to school, get good grades, get a job, and that didn't really resonate with me. So although I do have a university degree, I didn't find that if I wanted to become wealthy, I would do that through your typical university type courses or a job. So after I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I added to my real estate portfolio back in 2001, about a dozen properties back then, to now over 4,000 properties. And basically that may sound impressive to you. I'm not trying to brag about it. What I'm trying to share with you is once you start to understand that if you put your mind to something like making money, whether it's in business or real estate, it's amazing what you can do. And it's also very helpful when you do have somebody like Robert Kiyosaki mentor you. So Robert and I have been very, very good friends over the last number of years. I've been doing events all across the country for years and years and years, but I've never made it out to Moncton. I've been there on holidays a few times, but I've never made it there for an event that you're going to be able to attend for free called How to Get Rich in Moncton or How to Get Rich in Canada. Now, do these events work? Yes, they work. I'll guarantee they work. I've talked to hundreds of thousands of Canadians. The light bulb goes on after they hear me speak about real estate, businesses, raising capital, reducing taxes, how the rich do it. My company's grown so much over the years, it's incredible. In fact, we were on the Profit magazine 3 years in a row as the fastest growing company in Canada, one of the fastest growing companies in Canada. Now, when you come to the event, you're going to learn a lot, but before I even get to some of the specifics, I'm going to introduce you to somebody who actually lives out in the neck of woods in the East Coast here. His name is Rob Chaulk. Rob's been to my event. Rob, come on over. You're going to like this, everybody. He was at my first event. How many years ago, Rob?
7 years ago now.
7 years ago. And have you learned anything since?
Oh, it's been life transformation for me, definitely, over the years.
Now, talking about transformation, what's with the overalls, the coveralls?
I thought I'd wear the suit I was wearing when I met you.
Yeah.
Because when I first event I ever came to, this is the kind of suit I wore all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And after being around you for about 6 months and learning from you and Robert, everything changed. And I finally got rid of this suit, and actually my wife is quite happy these days and changed into one of these style of suits.
Now, have you ever worn a suit before you met me?
Never. I never even owned one.
Do you know how to tie a tie?
I never knew how to tie a tie.
Do you know how to tie other knots?
Oh, I worked on oil rigs all over the world. I was an iron worker. I've got 4 industrial trades. So yes, I know everything there is to know about ropes. And my family were fishermen from Newfoundland.
Yeah.
But I never knew how to tie a tie. So it was actually, we were probably into the 3rd year with you before I ever learned to tie a tie. I just couldn't figure out how to do it. I don't know why.
He's transformed, not just physically or your dress, but he's also transformed financially. So when you and I first met, how many properties did you own approximately?
I owned 11 at the time.
Okay, and how many do you own today?
Currently, I'm at 20.
Okay, and what else do you have? What's different? Where did you work? What do you do now?
Well, I was working at a company in Fort McMurray called Syncrude. I've worked all over the world. Before that, on oil rigs. I've worked all over Canada because I have 4 industrial trades. I also own an accounting firm, and I have 3 other companies besides that, and I also own commercial real estate. So it was all about the learning process. And once you really learn it, you can just take it wherever you want to go. You're only limited by yourself. And learning from Darren and Robert was a key to my success because you have to start getting mentors that can teach you to get to that other level, which I was really at a hold when I had that many properties because I didn't have anybody to teach me. But once I got a mentor and came to many of Darren's events, it was like a butterfly coming out of the cocoon.
Well, that's a good analogy, and because of Rob's dedication and him giving back all the time in many different ways, I personally introduced him to Robert a number of times, and now we've met with Robert Kiyosaki probably more than any other bunch of people in the world, a little bunch of Canadians have. In fact, we were just down at Robert's office just a few days ago, and what we're going to do is take some of his knowledge, all the information in the Rich Dad books, make sure it's Canadian, and Rob is going to share that information with you at this free event in Moncton. I will not be there personally, I can't make it, but you're in good hands with Rob Chaulk, and I would suggest that you do come out. We've never been to Moncton before, so again, this is a first. The event is free, and there's no high pressure to do anything. There's no real estate courses to sell you. There's nothing of that kind. We've grown and grown and grown because people like our message. What are you going to share with people there, Rob?
Well, we're going to show different ways and different real estate strategies, different ways to look at taxes, and different types of property investment, among different business ideas. And we'll talk a lot about some of the things that maybe you got questions about and you'd like to learn things about, stock markets, commodities, different types of things like that. So, you know, my mission, since I've met Darren, and the Fast Track mission is to elevate the financial IQ of Canadians. the financial well-being. And it's my passion in life to do that. So I'm hoping you can come out and see me that day, and I'll share whatever knowledge you need to try and help you maybe get a transformation on your own.
Okay, so it's just time for you to take action. I took action after I read this book. I met the author, and my life has changed dramatically. I didn't mention yet, but I'm now a Rich Dad Advisor. My specialty is raising capital. Rob will share with you how that works as well. But you have to take action. Register for the event, bring a couple friends, and we hope to see you in Moncton shortly. Rob?
Oh. To me, it's the same thing. It's all about, Darren asked me years ago, what did I learn the most is, I took action. I listened to Darren, I followed my mentors, I'm mentored by Robert, I'm mentored by Darren, and that's what it takes to get to the next level.
Okay, see you in Moncton soon. Thank you.
See you in Moncton.